It's 2023, Panasonic just released the S5 Mark II with Phase Detect autofocus, and everyone's really good questioning, is Micro Four Thirds cameras dead? What's the future of it? And that is what we're going to be breaking down in this video. So my thoughts about the GH6 is, even though it has a bunch of great specs like 4K 120 10-bit, 5.8K open gate, all these other amazing features built into the camera, it's now in that price range as other full frame cameras, even cameras produced by Panasonic themselves. It's in that similar price range, which begs the question, what is going to be happening to Micro Four Thirds cameras? Now, there's a lot of great video features already in the GH6 and other Panasonic cameras. Even the G9, for example, has waveform, has a bunch of other different professional video features that even cameras like Sony, Canon, and other brands like that don't have, like shutter angle and that waveform, histogram, all these other great things that you really should just have in a video camera. The biggest issue right now with Micro Four Thirds cameras, specifically with Lumix, is the Phase Detect autofocus not being implemented in the system. Though one of my predictions going forward is I think Panasonic will be pinning in the GH6 Mark II or GH7 a Phase Detect autofocus, making it almost essentially the perfect cinema camera at a fraction of the cost, and it will be probably one of the go-to cameras for some content creators. Main reasons I'm saying this is because buying lenses will be way cheaper, and if you can buy a body that has great autofocus, amazing video features around that $2,000 price range, and be able to get a bunch of cheap, high quality glass for it, that will be able to beat full frame, for example. So specifically, who do I think the GH6 is really for? I think the GH6 going forward is going to be for people that want to be behind the camera and not so much in front of the camera. Someone that wants to get into cinematography and have all these professional features, but saving about $1,500 and a boatload of extra money just getting the full frame lenses that comes for Sony or Canon cameras. So going forward, is Micro Four Thirds cameras going to be dead? Well, that kind of is in Panasonic's court. If they put Phase Detect autofocus in the new GH6 Mark II or GH7 going forward, I think there's going to be a bright, huge future for Micro Four Thirds cameras going forward, especially because you can buy this body and get a bunch of cheap, high quality lenses instead of having to buy a more expensive full frame body with the same equivalent specs and much more expensive lenses for those full frame bodies, and that will be something that keeps Micro Four Thirds going. But if they don't put Phase Detect autofocus, I could unfortunately see them leave Micro Four Thirds cameras entirely and just focus entirely on the new S series line. If you guys are curious about purchasing the GH6, but one of your biggest concerns is the autofocus, I just released a video right here talking about the GH6 autofocus, and then YouTube recommends this video right here. I'll see you guys next week. Peace.